beautiful girl.
It's funny how they always say girl. Hey girl, this is my trans girl, my sister, my girl. Most of the times they try to refer to each other as girl. It's just a constant reminder to themselves, like, I am a girl, I am a girl. It's like this constant affirmation to make sure they know, like, no, I'm a girl, I'm a girl, I'm a girl. The thing is, we don't have to do that when we're natural women. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely can't remember a day where I really was sitting there all day, like, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, you know?
I've known Maya for a few years now. We actually met at an LGBTQIA plus organization.
Estrogen makes you so hungry. I hate it.
The first couple months, I was like, I'm so fine. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not getting emotional. And then, like,
I know, me too. I'm like, see, I'm so great. And then, it all went downhill.
We just clicked. Like, she's so awesome. She's an amazing person, and I love her as a friend.
I want you guys to take a look at this Black boy who has obviously gone through estrogen therapy and is going through it. And you'll see that in the beginning, this child was at least a normal size, but you'll see here that now he is big. I mean, he's as big as Jazz. And the problem is they get puffy. It's like they're puffy, they're round, you know, the girth, you know, we're back at the girth again, you know, you can pretty much guess that their cortisol levels and their lipid levels are high, you know, definitely increased.
Are huge.
I'm just like, yep, flat chested.
No, but you're not gonna be for long.
you're about to join the.
It's exciting.
I'm
You're gonna join the big club.
the big boobies club. Like, I fully want to look like a blown up Barbie doll. Like,
I know a lot of my trans friends want that hourglass body, and they're so intent on the look and having the body they wanted. And I just want them to be like emotionally confident and loving themselves. But you do you.
So this was Jazz being a little jealous here because she's like, oh, I want my trans sisters to feel good about themselves. You know, they just want that hourglass figure, but I just want people to feel good about themselves. But, you know, you do you. Okay, Jazz. Like, now, if the boy wants to try to add some breasts or something just to waste time or whatever, let's for a second act like this stuff is normal. That actually was a very jealous comment because Jazz is struggling and continues to struggle. Like, these episodes are a little old, but like I said, I looked up what's going on with Jazz. Jazz is still struggling with that weight. That's what happens when you have excess levels of estrogen in your body that you're not supposed to have.
I've been really, really blessed because I've been lucky to get the breasts that I've always wanted thanks to my mom and her genetics. A lot of women who are like, okay, I want bigger boobs, they think, oh, I could take estrogen like trans women do and I'll end up with growth. But it doesn't really work like that. Otherwise, you know, who would need breast augmentation if you could just take estrogen?
You see how these people, they say whatever. Jazz talks about the breast enlargement from estrogen. And he says, well, mine are like this because I get it from my mother. And, you know, it's the genetics. That's cute and all to say, but no, it's because you're on an excessive amount of estrogen and you're eating whatever you want. Plus the psych medication that allegedly, but in my mind, I'm sure you are on, that can cause mammaries. Okay. So the men have been known to lactate from certain psych medication. But anyway, hormone estrogen, if taken in high enough doses, increase breast size by stimulating growth of breast tissues. However, it is not safe to use estrogen in this way because when the breast cells are stimulated to grow, they are more likely to turn cancerous. A woman who took enough estrogen to enlarge her breast would greatly increase her risk of breast cancer. Absolutely, because it's stimulating for the breast to grow, for the cells to expand. That at a rapid rate, so it's very easy for these cells to mutate.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love sitting like this. It feels good.
must be nice.
It must be nice.
Woman spreading.
Hey, in a few
Reclaim it.
years.
A few years.
Honestly, like, having a vagina feels so good.
Really?
Yes, it does. I don't talk about it that much, but like, I feel like woman.
Oh, I'm glad.
I feel like a woman.
Oh my God. Before my surgery, I couldn't wear certain things like leggings and I couldn't sit in certain positions. And it's so liberating now being a woman and being able to be comfortable in my clothes and be comfortable with the way I sit. And it's just like a little privileges of going through the gender affirmation surgery.
This is Jazz with sitting down, legs spread wide open and saying, oh, I'm so excited to have a V now. I'm so excited to have a vagina. I could sit this way. Women don't sit with their legs that wide open. They don't. Like, I'm not going to act like I cross my legs every time. I don't. But, sometimes a little spread, but not the way how those legs are spread wide open. That's how he sits. He's a man. Like, and remember, Jazz does not have a vagina. Jazz has a new wound cavity that has been placed in his body. We're just looking at this Rock Creek Wellness. Excess estrogen could result in weight gain. Yeah, of course it can. The hormone estrogen is responsible for maintaining and driving weight loss in our body. However, having an excess amount of estrogen, also known as estrogen dominance, can cause weight gain in the form of water retention and bloating that has been linked to a number of other health problems. Exactly. While there are many factors that can lead to estrogen dominance, two most common causes are poor nutrition and environment. Bioidentical hormone replacement therapy is one of the best methods for treating and correcting hormone imbalance. There are several steps you can take. All right, so they're going to talk about like nutrition and lifestyle or whatever. So this is for this page right here is for just a woman having problems with having estrogen dominance. A lot of that stuff too comes with sugar is not good for that. So they're going to talk about certain foods and everything, what you need to do to just kind of get everything back balanced. The problem is we are talking about a man who is taking crazy amounts of estrogen, and crazy amounts of estrogen could be a small amount because he's a man. He's not supposed to be taking excess estrogen in the first place. And so now you have this issue with the water retention and bloating, but there's more that comes to it. And so now it's water retention and bloating. And then you did hear earlier, one of them said, estrogen makes you so hungry. I remember back in the day, like teenagers saying their birth control pills used to make them so hungry and how they used to gain like excessive amount of weight on birth control. Now there's a mind over matter kind of thing with this thing. It's almost like when people hear this thing is going to make you gain weight, it becomes carte blanche, like, oh my God, I'm just hungry all the time. And it's like hoagies and cheesesteaks and pasta and pizza, all day long. So instead of, at least having your mind to say, I don't care how hungry I get, I'm not eating. Some people have a lack of willpower. And you also have Jazz, who is not comfortable in his body. He's not. And so eating also becomes a very emotional thing for Jazz. On top of the water retention and the bloating. That's why there's that girth. It's a lot on the body. It's a lot on the heart too. Jazz says, oh, I feel so great after having my surgery, my reconstructive surgery. I feel so happy. I'm so affirmed and everything. But, I know we all remember this clip from over the summer when Jazz was crying and saying, I don't feel like myself.
I just want to feel like myself. Like, that's
Right.
it. I don't
Like
care.
the old Jazz?
All I want is to be happy and feel like me, and I don't feel like
What
me
is
ever.
And so we see Jazz was saying, I don't feel like myself. Well, of course you don't. You're outside of yourself. This clip went viral quickly. Everybody was talking about it. People made videos about it. I did too. Why would you feel like yourself? I mean, they have mutated you since you could remember. So there's a lot that goes into that. I don't wish any harm on Jazz. I don't. I'm actually scared for Jazz because one day the cameras will be off and nobody will be around to affirm you all day long, and where does that leave you? Like all these kids that have come on this show and supposedly gone through their own trans journey, where are they today? Because when I try to look these kids up, I never can find anything else about them, not even an Instagram page. What's the deal?